far this tournament.
I will find out, buddy.
There may very well have been one, but I know that her priority list has rapidly declined, largely because the health that she lost early levels was massive.
Yeah.
Like, her laning it was like pretty solid before. She wasn't like lane dominant. It depends on what support you were playing with, but now she's so much weaker. But yeah, that I don't like it in the context of the comp because they don't really have any engage. They're now very reliant on attacking the top side of the map and basically unlocking
his stats. He has... Oh, my stats aren't coming up quickly enough.
He has a lot of games.
Yeah, he's got a lot of games. He's got a lot of games on it. Here we are. 81% win rate all time. 16 games played on it.
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot of games. Pretty good win rate as well. I think anything above 80% is not to be sniffed at.
Anything above 60%, honestly, is.
Have I told you about my Rakan win rate?
Yeah.
It's actually only 57%.
No, it was the owner that was 63%.
That's true, it was. But that was a year ago, so not as important now. But a big game for both these teams. EG, of course, looking for their first win over the LEC representatives here at MSI. G2 looking to make sure that they lock that top spot. Seeding doesn't matter going into the Rumble stage. You are just all seeded into a single group. But, you know, locking early and then being able to flex around a little bit later on is always a possibility.
For some reason, when you said seeding doesn't matter, my brain said you should respond with based. And I was like, why? That doesn't make any sense, brain. What are you doing? But, you know, it's early. Shout out to the production team. You know, they were here incredibly early this morning, but they've done an incredible job so far here in Berlin. The whole team has been working very hard to bring you a fantastic show. And we are here for game one of G2 versus EG of the day. It's going to be a long day, so buckle in, grab some popcorn. I hope you like popcorn for breakfast.
Well, no, because people in America, it's like midnight.
True.
Or so.
Based.
If you're it's not based. You don't know what based means.
It's such a great word. It just sounds good. You know? All right, let's have a look at this early jungle pathing. We can see Inspired starting on the red, taking his Raptors. And he could path up towards top, mainly cover for Impact. Impact should have early push against Vladimir. The long Q cooldout, level 2, roam mid. He's assisting with the push, I would imagine. Wait. Yes, he is. Looking for an early push. Jojo wants to get this underneath the tower. So this is already an adaptation from what we saw from the previous week because, pardon me, Jojo pushed in the wave against Caps very early on, earlier in the last time, well, the first time that they met, and he ended up getting punished. He lost his flash, and then he got repeat ganked. This time, though, Inspired walks into mid, helps cover for him, helps push the wave underneath the tower. The wave will now bounce back towards him, and Inspired is able to steal away the Raptors. Now we'll see a bit of a contest over this red buff as Jojo has priority in mid. Jankos recognizes this.
Caps look for the damage.
He has the level advantage.
Jojo used the red card early on. Caps dashes back, and because Jojo was forced out of the mid lane, Inspired couldn't continue to contest the red buff. Jankos took the long route round. They did ping that they thought he was there. Inspired played it safe.
Honestly, just really good adaptation from Caps. He recognized exactly what was happening, and he just rushed level 3. He just focused on knowing that he could get a level advantage because the minions were dying faster on his side, and then he used that to reclaim control of the wave, and actually had some kill threat on Jojo. But then he realized, you know what, I can't afford to overcommit here, not worth it. And he's able to disengage. He reclaimed that prio back, and then he also allowed Jankos to reclaim his red buff, because as you rightly identified, once Jojo lost that push and Caps wasn't stuck underneath his tower anymore, Jojo couldn't go and help him, and so Inspired has to disengage. So, very cool kind of mid lane setup, but nothing too dramatic is going to happen so far.
And that matchup in the jungle is our Mercedes-Benz featured matchup of the game. We already see how important it can be. Danny and Vulcan here using their bot lane push to take the second Scuttle Crab. The first Scuttle Crab that spawns isn't as important as it used to be, or as it was at MSI last year, but still very good to take that away from Jankos when you've already stolen his Razor Beaks as well.
But it's just really good early game planning here from EG. They not only get the top scuttle, they get information on where Jankos is, and the bot lane using their prior is able to secure a Scuttle Crab as well, and overall just come out on top in this early game. Jankos now on the roam.
Vulcan caught a little bit. We'll get locked up for a second here. Of course, still has the thick skin. Hooked back, still has the flash as well. Uses the exhaust. Vulcan uses the thick skin as the chase continues. Heal coming out as well. Vulcan jumps away. Jankos chases him down, and now Danny's in a bit of a hard spot. Inspired coming in to react. He's going to get rooted. Flashes forward for the stun. Jankos falls. Danny with the red buff now can chase. Inspired can jump the wall as well. With that, Diana stolen away. The chase continues. Target's flashes. Impact dying in the top lane. Broken Blade in the Sanguine pool. Impact can't react. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Blackhead will die. 2 for 2 across the map.
Okay, this early game already getting very explosive, but the response from Inspired was good, mainly because you're getting so much gold onto Danny. A bit of trading now in the mid lane.
Caps does have Ignite here. Jojo already burned the TP. Vulcan here in time to save his mid laner. Sun card comes out. Abyssal Voyage. Caps flashes forward with the Ignite. Ticking Caps takes it. The tower will not shoot. The tongue will not lash. But here is Inspired just in time. Caps still trying to dodge away.
Oh, no.
He gets to the other side. Vulcan flash, tongue lash. Give him a licking in the bushes. Inspired continues to chase. Caps trying to get away. Has the Razor Beaks to dash to and should be able to escape a tongue lash. Abyssal Voyage going forward. Caps double dash and manages to survive.
Oh my god, Caps just broke JoJo's ankles, man! Oh!
This is a good game.
That was a 3 versus 1, and Caps is able to get out. Oh my god. Oh. That was just... Oh, you've got to feel for JoJo after that one, because that's just the collapse experience. So many mid laners. Like, I always remember that story that Cadril tells me, which, like, he left mid lane because of Caps. Yep. He said to himself, like, I can't ever be better than this guy. I'm going to jungle. And it's plays like that. Like, Caps has done this to so many different mid laners. Oh my god, but what an output. I need a replay. I need a replay. Meanwhile, we didn't even talk about the fact that Broken Blade also solo killed Impact in the top lane. That was not what I was expecting at all in the 1v1 matchup, as the junglers now find each other once again.
Ankles on the chase here. Jojo coming in with gold card lock. Now has the 6, has that Destiny. Black had moved up towards this mid lane as well to help Caps get the push. I will say, as much as the Caps outplay was kind of the cherry on top of a delicious team fighting a cake, the rest of that sequence was so good from EG. The tracking that they had on Jankos early on. We'll have a look at this from Cap's point of view.
So the most important thing to note is he realizes that, well, he's just trading in the 1v1 because he's Yasuo into Twisted Fate. So he knows that he can come out ahead in this matchup. The thing that matters is, like, so we're actually quite early on the replay in this because all the shenanigans are happening down towards the bot side of the map.
Farming minions.
The thing that really determines what makes this awkward for the Yasuo is because the Tahm Kench ends up showing up. So we need to move a little bit ahead in terms of the replay before we actually see the full commitment. So he gets the knock-up from his Q. He's able to land it. Doesn't have the level 6 yet. Uses the wind wall to block the stun card. And then the Tahm Kench shows up. And it's at this point that he realizes, okay, so the stun card lands. And he just flashes all in, knowing that he has Ignite, and he's able to get this kill. Then he's just trying to buy time for his passive to rebuild back up and then get the shield back available to him. The flash lands, but then he's able to disengage utilizing the Raptors as well. But it's just that decision where he recognizes, I'm not getting out, so I may as well just go in. And, like, he could have died there, right? But he recognizes that I may as well try for a kill rather than get absolutely nothing for it.
Inspired look to Caps here in the mid lane. Jankos on the way. Destiny, they're going to try and isolate Jankos, but the rest of G2 are on the chase. Caps low, dives forward with the last breath, manages to get away from the Heartbreaker, but still has his heart stopped by JoJo. 2 kills over to EG as they continue to look for the chase. Jankos down. Great stuff by EG, once again first to react. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Broken Blade trying to take down Impact. Hemo plays away. Sanguine pulls away the Hemoblade ticking. Impact heals up with the level up, and Broken Blade won't take any more of that fight.
Oh my god, top lane is just as violent as the rest of the map. The EG going toe-to-toe with G2 in this early game right now. The Jinx Rocket not quite gonna land, but...
It's the alternate ending of Arcane where it misses its target.
Well, I think what's impressive here from Inspired is that he's doing a great job of matching a lot of the aggression that we're seeing from Jankos on the map. One of the big issues that EG has had against G2 so far is kind of losing a lot of control in the early game, and particularly down towards the bot side. Danny and Vulcan really have struggled against Flacken and Targamas. And I think part of the reason for this Jinx pick was, we talked a lot about comfort, giving Danny something that he has proficiency on, he knows how to play lane on, and he's doing much better than what we've seen from him so far in this tournament. On top of that, he even has gold. Look, you can see them looking to go all in.
Targamas having to back away. Flackett obviously doesn't have that much damage on the center, can't work his way through that Tahm Kench. Vulcan consistently aggressive with the Abyssal Voyagers, consistently putting the pressure onto the G2 bot lane. Flacker trying to get away here. Vulcan underneath the tower once again just stops the recalls. Can Abyssal Voyage over the wall and escape, and it's all about just being a nuisance. The rest of G2 though trying to react. Caps on a ward.
Doing a really good job of just delaying the backs of Flackett and Targamas. This means that Danny will actually get first base. We'll give him that advantage. Oh, hang on. Look at this bot lane once again.
The Dragon's more important than the Rift Herald right now.
I feel like that... Oh, no, they can actually make this work.
Abyssal Voyage in. Jankos does have flash. Will use it to get across the wall. G2 now trying to react. Flackett, only about half health. Danny and Vulcan coming in. There's Targamas, flash forward for the root. Danny locked up with a death charge. Caps will lock him down. Caps takes one. Vulcan now trying to get away as well, but Jankos is waiting from behind enemy lines to take out the EG bot lane. A kill over to Jankos, 2 kills to G2. Meanwhile, Jojo getting some tower plates in the mid lane.
Yeah, the second I saw that collapse of the Jankos, I thought this is greedy. This is way too greedy. The traditional cross map is, okay, if your jungler's getting Herald, then you just have to concede Drake. They should have just taken the back and they should have reset. The good news for EG is they did buy time for Inspired to show up. He's level 7, he can kill Jankos.
Heartbreaker in, it's a possibility. Flacker trying to react, has got that 6. The Dawning Shadow, that ultimate with the shield, a possibility. Inspired though, once again, forces the G2 bot lane away, and I'm loving this pace. You said in the draft, Eddie, that EG had to keep an aggressive, a fast-paced early game, and that's exactly what Inspired and EG are doing. Yeah,
a lot of credit needs to go towards Inspired for this early game. He's doing a great job of just matching Jankos and suffocating him a lot more compared to what we've seen. It reminds me a lot of the last time that they met in their best of 5 in spring back in 2021. And again, this collapse, you kind of look at the minimap and you realize, okay, well, Yasuo can collapse first, you have your Viego up towards the top river, and then Flackett still hasn't based yet, and Targamas can cut off their escape route. It has the level 6 as well, gives the knockup for Caps to ult through. And like, it's just, it's greedy, it's an overextension. The only good news for them is it does buy time for the Viego with the empowered recall from the Heralds to be able to come back and collapse. And it did still give EG the Drake.
Jojo has Destiny, he's going to try and get behind Flackett and Targamas here. The hook comes out, Targamas cleanses, but he's just down. Jojo with his 2nd kill of the game. Inspired steals away the center. We've seen a Viego do that before. And now this bot lane tower plates are forfeit. The entire tower, in fact, will be forfeit. It's going to be about 5,000 gold sitting on Danny. Broken Blade trying to chase Impact. Hammer of Mist coming out. Dawning Shadow used as well. Only the shield. Broken Blade pops the Sanguine Pool. Impact dodges into the bush. Broken Blade can heal up. Vulcan fighting in the mid lane. Jojo there, caught with the Diana Yasuo combo. Inspired has to flash away. Mega Deathwalker gets blocked by the wind wall. Caps will chase Inspired down. The Ignite is ticking. The Q will not connect, but Caps finds that final Steel Tempest and takes the kill.
Wow, so much action happening on the map once again. I love what we're seeing from EG here. I expected them to play towards the top side of the map, but they consistently invest resources into Danny towards bot. They are making him the win condition, but Caps and Jankos are not giving up yet.
Jojo with the gold card does get the stun. Jankos looks to chase a little bit further. Vulcan here with the Abyssal Voyage also has the Devour. Jankos has a blast cone to try and get away and should be able to escape. Jojo decides he doesn't want to meet Diana's blade any further and will just retreat.
Huge props to Broken Blade. We have not talked about him once, mainly because in this game, both top laners running Ignite.
Yeah.
We did notice it earlier on, but so much action has happened across the map that we didn't really get to discuss it. The fact that they can't get involved in the map, this is like what top laners would call real top lane, you know, just 1v1, isolated, battle to the death, and there's been a lot of fighting. Broken Blade has successfully been able to solo kill Impact, but I did not realize that this was such a Vlad-favored matchup. Maybe this is just a Broken Blade thing, but wow, an incredible performance from him in terms of the isolated 1v1. You can see the advantages that he's been able to accrue. But let's have a look back at this fight that happened towards the river. So they get the bot tower, and then they have a numbers advantage, so they commit to a fight in the mid lane. The exhaust comes down on the Caps. The 3-man ultimate, the exhaust was a second exhaust comes through on the Caps, but it does not matter. The damage from Diana Yasuo is just far too strong. And G2 find themselves with 2 quick kills, completely uncontested. And that is the scary part about this Diana Yasuo. Caps finds himself at 3, 1, and 3. Has his first major item completed. Jankos the same. Has caught up to Inspired on levels. And EG for now do still have the gold advantage.
I mean, a lot of that's sitting on Danny. He's 119 CS. Compare that to Targamas, who's sitting at 80. Because you have to compare the farmers in that lane. He's got a Kraken Slayer complete. He got all 5 plates in the bot lane. He's now being moved up towards the top side of the map to look to try and get more plates. They have shown, Danny and Vulcan, that they can outpush and outplay Flackett and Targamas in the 2v2 so far. Obviously, there has been help, but so far, the EG bottom lane is looking much better in the laning phase than they have been the rest of MSI.
Yeah, and comfort is everything, you know what I mean? first Jinx of MSI so far. Doesn't matter, even after the nerfs, you can see that he's very proficient, and EG doing a great job of just funneling resources into Danny. So now we see the 4-man collapse. Oh, Jojo, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
He's got Flash. He's got Destiny as well. Maybe you pop it just for the awareness of where everyone is. G2 don't want to take the play. No minion wave for them. I mean, they didn't really know exactly where Jojo was as much as they could assume he was under his tower. Meanwhile, Inspired coming up towards the top side. Danny gifted again. A tower in the top lane. G2 looked for the rotation, gave that Jinx free time on the tower, and Danny was very willing to accept it. Jankos coming in here to clear out the mid lane. What is next on the agenda? Currently, it looks like Targamas' life might be there, but the stopwatch coming out and dodges away from the Abyssal Voyage, Storming Shadow for the shield as well. Vulcan pops a thick skin, devours up one. Destiny coming in. Here comes Jojo, and it's enough to force Flacket to retreat. Jankos was here, but not in time as EG get another kill.
Really good response from Jojo there. I loved his ultimate. It may have seemed a little excessive, but G2 was collapsing first. And Danny and Vulcan were far too extended in that lane to be able to get away to safety. So by him using the ultimate top, he effectively gets to the play ahead of G2, allows him to get the kill, and also creates a numbers equalizer. Because by getting that kill, they're now in a 3 versus 3, and he can escort his bot lane to safety. So huge props to Danny and Vulcan getting that kill, and then their mid laner offering that support.
And now EG 1,000 gold ahead at the 15-minute mark. It has been an incredible match so far. 14 kills, 15 minutes, 1,000 gold between the two teams. And look at Danny. Yes, there is a wombo combo on the side of G2. Danny has to position well in team fights, but if he survives the initial engage with this 7,500 gold, he is going to shred G2.
Oh, for some reason I thought the Baron was alive.
It feels like it should be, right?
I was like, oh, they're just going to rush this Baron down. No, they're just going to grab the Herald. Likely going to use that in the mid lane. But EG, it's just a Danny show right now. It is funnel Danny, make him the carry. He can win us the games. He's a large part of what helped us win the LCS. So let's see him do it again. He's on his tried and true champion. And while he is very far ahead of the G2 bot lane, you know, I'm personally not a massive fan of Sen and Nautilus as a duo. And of course, the bot lane was a bit chaotic for G2. We saw that early dive, which did result in a kill onto Vulcan. Then the trade back gave Danny a kill, which already,
as well.
Yeah, like all sorts of things kind of happened that we never really saw the isolated 2v2. Remember, we talked a lot about it the last time that these teams met. It was Flacket and Targamas consistently getting 2v2 kills against this EG bot lane. So the fact that EG was able to weather that storm, but it's this top side of the map for G2 that's actually really scary right now. Yes, we highlighted Danny's gold advantage, but Broken Blade is 1,000 gold ahead of Impact. He is a very powerful Vladimir, level 11, has his first item completed, and the wombo combo, remember Vlad's ultimate just makes you do more damage. Stun lands.
Jojo not in range for the gold card, is building towards that rapid fire cannon. Maybe would have helped kill off Flacket there, but EG now grouping up 5 in the mid lane. No neutrals to be played for, really. They're just looking to try and crack this mid lane tower, or maybe catch G2 out of position.
So now we're going to see a really interesting mid game, because there are no teleports, Fennec. It is very rare in Pro League of Legends that you see a game with 0 teleports.
I will say, to be technically correct, Jojo has a TP. It's just on Ghost at the moment from Spellbound.
See, I was getting to that.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, man.
You see, I was going to say, because what's interesting about this mid game is side lanes become a much harder thing to navigate, as Caps is now getting collapsed on.
Jankos is here. Destiny comes out. I wonder if Jojo still goes for this after using the Destiny. He does, into the bush. Jankos tries to get away. Chase is on. Vulcan looking for the flank position. Ghost came out from Jojo as well for a little bit more follow-up. Flacket with a good route there, but Vulcan's so tanky, so difficult to take down.
So, this is kind of what I mean, right? So now EG have invested 4 people towards top lane, and they put the Gwen in mid, but this has left Broken Blade in bot lane to be able to secure a tower and gain their first tower of the game for G2. A lot of standing gold that's available for them to grab. When I meant then being no teleports, map movements become very difficult, and you end up with, well, a very awkward position often, especially when there's no neutrals, being like, well, if I go and catch this wave, because TF is the only one that can move around the map so quickly, and then you also have Vulcan on Tahm Kench that can collapse on side much faster relative to many of the champions, it becomes a lot easier for EG to collapse on G2. But G2 recognize a lot of these things, and so they're kind of like over-grouping as a preventative measure in the event that EG tried to force something. So for all intent and purpose, EG are the ones that have the most agency on the map because they have the most options. So I think it's going to be a really interesting mid-game because I'm curious as to, will G2 be able to navigate around this? How will EG leverage the fact that it's much easier for them to actually attack the sides? And who will be the first to gain that big mid-game swing? Because the gold is basically even. You know,
yeah, 500 gold.
EG has a tower up. That's basically what the gold difference is right now. And here we are once again on the side lane. They've invested Danny.
Cap knows the Vulcans there. Look at the damage from Danny, man. This guy. Danny's team fighting is just so fun to watch. His positioning in fights, his ability just to get out those extra auto attacks is so stellar, and it's really good to see him on a pick that he is so comfortable on in a position where he can just shred through Caps. The question is, can G2 find a way to attack him? Because right now the vision control in this top side is very much over to EG. That's why Danny was able to step up as far as he wanted. I'm interested a little bit in Broken Blade's build here. I was looking through, obviously we haven't seen a huge amount of Vlad. He's gone Cosmic Drive first. If anyone doesn't know what this does, if you damage a champion with 3 separate attacks or spells, you get 15% movement speed and 40 ability power. So it's a good, like, Vlad buffer when you get into a fight. But it also looks like he's going Void Staff second, which does give you Magic Pen and does give you a little bit of extra damage. It's just often we see it when there's more magic resist stacking on the enemy team, and I'm not seeing a huge amount of magic resist. Although, as you've just pointed out, Benny, Mercury treads on impact and inspired with that, the Hex Drinker means that that item makes more sense.
Yeah, I think that his expectation is that he's going to be spending a lot of time on a side lane, and the people that he's primarily going to be fighting are impact and inspired. So
that makes sense.
Being able to navigate through that with a bit of extra damage does make sense. But I imagine he will go for something like a Death Cap not long after. We'll have to wait and see. Right now, EG have very good control around the river, setting themselves up nicely for the Drake. The top lane was pushed all the way in by Caps. He's now going to make his rotation over. Jojo wanted to go and catch the wave, realizes that he's not in a good spot. Now he's going to invest that TP.
G2 have control down towards the bottom side. EG have control up towards the top. No vision for either team really behind and spotting out their enemies. Destiny coming out, Impact in there. Flacker gets it, but Impact's just way too deep. Target's now stepping forward as well. G2 have already taken one, now taking the Dragon, and Inspired pops the stopwatch, but in the middle of 4 members of G2, he will be popped himself. G2 find the fight, and EG have to call the alarm to retreat.
Wow, okay, so the collapse there from G2 was swift, and now they're setting up towards the Baron. We talked about who was going to come out ahead in the mid-game, and G2, they responded well. The fact that Jojo, I said earlier there's no teleport, but I completely forgot he's running Smellbook.
Yeah, so I will say, Benny, Vulcan on Tahm Kench, Danny on Jinx, a Baron being started. I've seen this one before. Let's see if Danny can pull off a Penta once again. Jojo trying to get behind them. The Baron down to 2,000. Danny trying to step forward. Vulcan doing the same. Baron secured. Jojo flashed in, but not much he can do after the Baron's already fallen. In the midst of 5 members of G2, he will fall alongside it. G2 get the Baron, get the kill, and get out.
I understand why Jojo did it. You can see he swapped to the smite. He tried to go for a steal, but it didn't quite come out.
Full last breath. They still have their ultimates. G2 find 2 more off the back of the play.
Caps' ult actually came off cooldown. Jankos never used it in the initial exchange, which meant that G2 could continue the fray, and all of a sudden, they've blown this mid-game wide open. And we talked so much about the approach on side lanes, how G2 and EG were going to approach, and ultimately it came down to a fight around the Dragon, with which G2 actually had numbers advantage on. They pushed that top lane extremely deep. Jojo went to answer, which means that he was late to the play. He does end up TPing in once the Drake is started, and unfortunately for EG, their smite ends up falling just a little too short. The Dragon gets stolen away from them, but even if they do get it, the fight is not easy for them to play. And this comes back to what we were talking about in draft, where if EG wanted to play this front-to-back teamfight style, look at what you're playing it into. Vladimir, Diana, Yasuo, Nautilus, these champions are so good at getting this combo across, especially when there's very few tools on the side of EG to actually shut it down. G2 find a successful fight, they converted into a Baron, and now they find themselves with a 5k gold lead.
Yeah, the swing is so huge for G2 over these last couple of minutes. EG now very much on the back foot, can just try and farm up, but G2 have everything at their disposal to pull the trigger and start to fight. EG may look for a play on 2 solitary members of G2 here, with Vulcan coming in with the Abyssal Voyage. Destiny used as well, good cleanse from Flacker, but he's slowed up with the Zap, has to flash. Jankos trying to react down towards the bottom side as Caps comes in as well. Impact though with the needle work forces Targamas low. Targamas will fall first. Caps trying to trade with Inspire, but Danny across the wall is putting the damage down. Caps flashes away. EG find one, and now they're closing in, pincering in G2. Inspired there. in the midst of the darkness waiting, but G2 just try and run down towards the bottom side. Take the tower on the way. Broken Blade stunned with the gold card locked up underneath the tower. Sanguine Pool coming out. Inspired with a long flank. Dawning Shadow will keep Caps alive. GA popped. Broken Blade kills off Jojo. And EG are now the ones a little bit split. Inspired comes back from the GA, but Vulcan's overstepped, overstayed. EG, you're not grouped up. You're fighting G2 on two fronts, and G2 are just stronger right now. Danny forced to flash away, puts down the flame trumpets, but the wind wall will stop him. Ignite is taking impact, kills off Broken Blade. Caps tanks the tower shot. G2 somehow get out of the fight at a numbers advantage.
And Caps is godlike, 8-1-5 right now. But Broken Blade, oh my god, what was that?
Get stun cards to give the enemies false hope, apparently.
That was insane. So, again, I think EG is doing the right thing here. They're attacking the fact that they can collapse first. Jojo with a good ultimate, they have numbers advantage, and they're trying to find a pick. Flackhead gets completely separated from the fight, and Targamas goes down, which means that G2 are now in a 3 versus 5. This wall is a bit awkward. Danny can't quite get the damage down. You can see he's right, left, and so EG's now on the chase. And this is where G2 leverage their mobility, but keep your eyes on Broken Blade in this play, because Caps and Jankos are just trying to create spaces. Flackhead is rejoining the fray, but then watch what he does. The heal into ult gives him so much life back that he scares EG away. He then gets all that life back again from the ultimate. The Ghost allows him to create distance along with the Cosmic Drive, and then the overcommitment from Vulcan means that they're now separated. EG, they just couldn't decide on a target. They thought that they could just pick apart G2, but it was G2 that was picking apart EG.
Broken Blade fully using the ability haste you get out of the Cosmic Drive there to get as many Sanguine Pools up as possible in the fight.
Yeah,
the
he
healing,
used 2.
Yeah, the healing absurd as well there, but 30 ability haste from that item does mean you are able to get those spells up just that little bit quicker. Bounties now available for EG. They are 5,000 gold in the hole. It's one more Drake for a soul point for G2. This might be stolen. Impact doesn't want to show himself, and with 3 members of G2 there, I am not too surprised. But right now, Caps and G2 in dominant position. 3 items complete on Caps. EG trying to set up towards the top side here. They do still have the right to react first. With the Destiny, with the Abyssal Voyage, if a play happens, they can be there first. But right now, I don't think they're going to try and make any plays happen for a while.
The unfortunate problem for EG right now is I think that very small decisions are being punished very heavily by G2. And like, I think the analysts should consider, I'm pitching them segments right now. Yeah. I really think we should like really look at that Dragon setup and break it down, because I really think that was such a massive turning point. And, like, it's very obvious in terms of the goal department, but the crucial thing is, like, I misspoke earlier when I said there were no TPs in the game. Like, that's my bad. When I didn't see a TP, and then I forgot that he had the spellbook actually covering the TP. But the most important thing that I wanted to get across was the fact that TF has Destiny, which means it's so much easier for him to attack side lanes, and it allows EG to constantly create that numbers advantage. But the one window where they actually get punished for that, and he's actually late to the play. And it's not that he's like super late, it's just that G2 get to set up around the Drake first, and because they have the stronger team fight comp, they're able to position better. And I think that everything that EG did prior to that was good. It was just that one small decision that Jojo makes that ends up costing them so much. And then, of course, the actual execution of the fight is not easy for EG at all. And then we look at that collapse in mid. That was a good collapse. Everything that EG did was correct. It just...
Last breath. Inspired, he's so low already. Heartbreaker's away, Dawning Shadow dodged. Ignite is sticking, but the shield from the Locket will make sure that Inspired does not fall. Caps now with a GA a little bit more aggressive than perhaps he has been so far this game. He's been damn aggressive up until this point. Inspired forced to jump away with a Heartbreaker, and G2 get control over the Baron.
And this is the other thing. G2 have a lot of champions that have a lot of independent agency, and the outplays are crazy. Because again, that mid play from EG was a really good one, but they just got outplayed.
Jankos, stopwatch to get away from the gold card. Broken Blade, ghosting in. Jankos will flash away. G2 had actually started up the Baron during this time and then had to back away. Broken Blade ticking away. Has used the Hemoplague and will heal that back up. 800 health back from a single person Hemoplague. That's a chunky top laner. The Vladimir, and Jankos here will just try and clear out a little bit more vision. EG grouping up as 5, Danny stepping forward, always has that Devour to get him out to safety if so desired.
And G2 will just melt through this. With Yasuo, Diana, their back there is so fast. The Inspired is hovering around.
No Heartbreaker, but he does have the flash, 5,000 on it. Inspired has the GA as well. Targamas hooks him, they're looking to kill off the jungler first. GA is going to bring him back. EG now looking for a bite. Jankos is low, trying to heal up, but the shutdown comes in. As Impact found a good flank position. Inspired able to dash away. Caps chasing Impact down, 1-for-1 so far. Jungler for top laner. EG though, maybe just decide to back away. They don't think G2 will go for the Baron, knowing they don't have a jungler and Inspired could steal. Inspired though was spotted on vision as he went into this bush. Does he react in time? Broken Blade put a ward down. That means Inspired will know that he was spotted out by the enemy team.
So look at the minimap right now and look at what Caps is doing. He's been doing this pretty consistently throughout the game, and he is just shoving that top wave all the way underneath the tower. It is creating this constant point of pressure that EG have to respond to, which is giving G2 these windows to be able to make the play first. Now again, Inspired plays this very well. He has the GA, he knows he can buy time. A good hook comes out from Targamas, but then Caps invests his ultimate very early to try and get that kill onto the jungler. A good stun card onto the Jankos, followed by great chain CC coming out from the rest of EG, with a good disengage from Inspired, allows them to get that pick on the jungler, and ultimately EG do what they set out to do, which is buy more time. They stop G2 from securing the Baron. They will be able to get a little bit more time for Danny to get more items, more levels under his belt, and again, he now becomes that primary win condition. The problem for EG is they had a very impressive early game. I really liked what we saw from them. They did a really good job of funneling resources into Danny. They got him very far ahead, but so far we haven't been able to see a successful team fight from them. A lot of these fights have been very scattered. The fights have kind of fallen apart before they can start. And again, this comp from EG is not easy to play in terms of a straightforward front to back. So we need to see how EG adapts to the situation that they're in, because if Danny can't do damage, then you're never going to win the fight.
Definitely true. There's a ward actually behind where Jojo and Inspired are here. This has been there for a long time. It spotted Impact as he pushed out the wave. Would of course spot anyone trying to get towards this Baron as well through that top lane. Meanwhile though, EG are funneling down the mid lane. Inspired and Jojo off towards the top side. Jojo has the TP, and with Hextech Soul a possibility for G2 in 50 seconds, it looks like EG are deciding to invest more time towards the bottom side of the map to avoid that Hextech Soul getting taken, rather than making sure G2 don't get the Baron.
Just keeping the mid pressure up. You can see that bot wave stacking up. Inspired.
Target was there. Hook connects Heartbreak. That was really well done by Inspired to make sure he got out, but that's the ultimate down. No flash on him either. Impact's going down towards the bottom side. He's spotted on vision as well, though.
Caps looked like he was going to catch the top wave. Instead, just going to grab the red buff. G2 abandoning the side waves for now. They have a good wave stacked up on bot, but EG don't care about it. Notice they've actually just had Jojo stack up with them.
Speaking of stacks, Blackhead's at 144 on this center.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw it. That's absurd. A Hextech Soul with a center with that range is going to be so difficult to deal with. Curse of the last miss coming out there. Curse of the black miss there from Blackhead didn't quite connect, but yeah, sorry for interrupting you. Just like 144 is a number we do not often see on the center.
EG keep trying to start this one off, but there is that ward in the back of the pit. G2 have been spotted out by the ultimate. Caps now on his way. EG know they have the numbers advantage. They're trying to get this fight, but look at how big Broken Blade is.
Roots up. Stun lock, Dawning Shadow coming out, EG looking for the fight, Blackhead puts a shield down, Jankos down, Broken Blade trying to get into the backline, the Hema plate going off, Jojo Open's going to be low, but the Mega Death Ring connects, and this is great for EG, the chase is on! How many ever stacks you get, Blackhead, you still can't shut down Danny in a team fight. EG win the fight around the Baron, I've seen this one before.
And finally, EG get the front-to-back fight that they were looking for. Really good choice to force the Baron to get G2 away from that soul and to kind of get G2 to funnel in a line trying to approach Danny. He could leverage his range. They used their single target CC to lock down Jankos. He didn't get to flash. He didn't get to Zhonya's. He did not get to ult. And without that engage, G2 had no way to start the fight off. EG find themselves with a big win. So again, look at this front to back. They know that Caps isn't here quite yet. The stun comes through, they get the pick damage off. And again, Jankos, watch him. He tries to engage, immediately gets stunned up by Inspired, followed up by Jojo, locked down, insta-kill.
A huge thing is Targamas landed a 3-man knocker with the depth charge, and Caps was not in range to ultimate. Everyone on the backline was knocked up, but Caps had worked his way down towards the bottom side and was trying to react to get back up there.
I did end up missing that one, but again, great team fight from EG. They're definitely not out of this yet. The gold has been completely equalized. And I think that, you know, you have to give credit. EG, they played that very well.
Yeah.
It's one of those games where we talked a lot about the map control and the amount that G2 don't have because of their lack of teleports. And EG, I think they showed good adaptation. And now they find themselves in a good position. A very winnable game. G2 now stacking mid. EG going to make a quick rotation bot. And now they have the gold lead.
Take down the tier 2 in that bottom lane. Bounty's still available for them as well because they are the soul behind. Flacker pushing forward. Danny there. The damage onto Flacker though. A single shot from Danny is enough to take a third of his HP. And yes, he can heal that up a little bit with Piercing Dark. But G2 very much on the back foot. They are looking for a wombo. They're looking to try and catch someone out. Caps is trying to do it here in the mid lane. Suncard going in. Jojo has to flash the hook from Targamas. Caps might continue to chase. Impact able to dodge away with his ghost. I love this game, man.
Yeah.
From minute one, it has been action. We've had the comeback again from EG. The resilience from this team in these positions has been sublime to watch.
I think the biggest takeaway is EG's development and growth throughout the tournament. I think that they've kind of taken a step back in the sense that they've reverted back to comfort, but I think that why try to fix something that isn't broken, right? This is how they found a lot of success. This is how this team was able to win the LCS. So rather than try and do something different, try and play to the beat of other teams doing like the traditional meta, instead pick what you know and how to execute, and you can see the benefits of it. And knowing that you can go toe-to-toe with G2 also has to be a massive confidence booster, especially after the first 2 games.
Good destiny from Jojo there. Caps coming in through the Hextech gate, but won't be able to get too much. Danny and the rest of EG were reacting. Inspired's going to take down this mid lane tower. Now 3,000.
Still getting bounties?
Ahead. Well, it's 4 dragons to 1, right? So bounties play off a bunch of different things. Player XP, gold, and the neutral objectives taken, the Baron's taken. So that's probably why it's happening. They have now fallen off. So EG having 1 extra tower, apparently, and 3,000 extra gold apparently makes up for the 3 dragons that they're behind.
I'm not going to question
Someone could
that.
write an algorithm backstage, be like, oh, XY squared is 2 dragons, but if it's a Hextech, it's 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Math.
I'm a doctor, not a mathematician.
I can see that, but that's fine. Elder, 2.5 minutes. Baron, 2.5 minutes. The timers are 1 second apart. We are in for a Barnstorm. Is that the same?
Barnstormer?
Barnstormer. Doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you ever put a storm in a barn? But
True,
I think what's the important things to note. Number 1, EG side. Danny, can he do damage? We already said it earlier. I'm going to say it again. If he can do damage, looking good for EG.
It's full build.
Point number 2, G2. Their teamfight comp is just strictly strong. Their 5v5 does so much damage, and they can do a lot of damage to a lot of people. So a single combo can wreak havoc upon the lineup of EG. But now, double Zhonya's, GA, Tahm Kench, there are a lot of tools for EG to buy time. So the effectiveness of this wombo combo is made slightly worse. But still, the scaling on the side of G2, you already talked about the center stacks. Vladimir, Yasuo, terrifying late game champions. But again, Danny is full build. So we're in for a really interesting team fight coming up, and they're interrupting the bases. EG are now playing on all 3 lanes. They're keeping top push, they're keeping bot push, and look at Caps, he's hovering around Broken Blade in the event of a potential collapse, and that's going to give a window for Danny and Vulcan to be able to push in mid, giving EG control over the Drake.
And you can so often see control of a game in which team feels that they are at the advantage by where the vision is. Look at where G2's vision line has now moved, all defensively around that mid lane in their own jungle. Now it's EG that are stepping forward, placing wards a little bit deeper, going past that natural line of scrimmage that is made by the river. And G2 have to take longer routes around so they don't get caught, because they don't know if there's someone lying in wait in the fog of war.
I'm very happy that our first game today is delivering.
Woke me up.
G2, with this win, will lock in to the group stage. EG,
They'd be all but locked. They'd need order to...
basically. Good route, but EG right now maintaining that pressure across the map. Have a look, top lane pushed in. Broken Blade has to go and answer. Bot lane pushed in. This Elder's going to be spawning in 30 seconds. How will G2 respond? Will they just rush towards the Baron? Diana's actually going back to base. The Hex Gates will help in terms of the rotation, but they're going to be very late to respond to this.
They'll have no vision on it as well. They're going to go the long way around. Ping's coming out.
So what is the decision here? Jankos using the Hex Gate to get back out onto the map. Double sweeper.
Who are you looking for?
Targamas
face checks. A couple of auto attacks from Danny is enough to chunk him down. Ward goes in, Jankos with the engage, cancels them as well. They're just trying to kill Danny. Vulcan with a great devour, just in time. But here come the rest of G2. Danny not able to get away. And that's the womboist of combos you'll see today. Flash, Moonfall, Danny dies.
Wow, was looking for, and Danny didn't get a chance to react. Flash R from Jankos wipes EG off the map, and they will secure the game. The win streak for G2 will continue.
17 wins in games in a row here for G2. Everyone in EG can just sit and watch as their base is torn to shreds. G2 5 players strong, push forward. And you may live evil, but G2 are bad to the bone as they take down EG.
What a great game to start off the day.